It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Saints and the Lions, next on EA Sports.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Just the first quarter of tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Carr to throw on second down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages. Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 54 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Carr's throw caught by Olave. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They run. It's Kamara, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for, because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6, try and put those points on the board and set them back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Well, they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First carry now for David Montgomery. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Lions had 5 and 6 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Goff now looks to throw. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
3rd down and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. The numbers for Gibbs from last week: 7 carries, 59 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
2nd and 9. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Goff. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. Olave over the middle. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So certainly a defensive mistake here in the 1st quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Okay, so the penalty on the outside for illegal touching, and they'll have to come back and try it again.
Now,
3rd and 4.
180. 180. We're good. Hey, Raider 2.
To throw, it's Carr. The snap complete to Michael Thomas. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. In motion right is Smith. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Here we go now on 1st and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. Carr now on 1st down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Gibbs. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 7. Gibbs straight ahead. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints' 37. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Goff. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd down and 8. Another run for Gibbs here. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Goff. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
And Detroit back in possession of the football.
Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. To throw is Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That's just what you call a chain mover right there. Nothing fancy. Get the ball out to the back, and you're asking him to make a little bit extra out of maybe what is nothing, and he does exactly that. Picks up the 1st down. I can't wait till we get to the point, partner, where we're not saying chain mover, but we're saying laser pointer. Picks it up for the 1st down.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's Goff. Looking end zone for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
7:34. What's up?
On first down, Carr. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, here's Carr.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Carr now on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And off Offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
York able to send this one through. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Ryan Tannehill responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 95 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find a way to tackle someone.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 46, here's second down and 1. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a 2nd and 2. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Goff going to keep it himself. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Lions are going to have it 1st and goal.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Hey, come down!
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking.
There he goes, right side. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 47 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Carr. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. But, Charles, you cannot say enough about that play by their special teams. Think about it. That keeps this game at 2 possessions in the second half and really adds pressure to the opposition.
Yeah, it certainly does, especially their offense. It takes a lot of pressure off the offense of the team that's leading. They got a little bit more of a cushion to play with now. How about the thanks each guy was getting as they came off the field after that block? Special teams, certainly special in that situation.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 111 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the gun, Gibbs will give it. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's got it complete to Gibbs. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 5. Goff now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Patterson's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. The field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Carr now to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Kamara is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Now, 180.
Again, Kamara. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Carr, got to have this one. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Going up the gut, Montgomery muscles by at the 25. There he goes, left side. How about this? Racing to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Patterson now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton, so they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing on first down is Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Carr now on first down.
He completes it to Olave.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You get out the football back for your offense.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
So time for Carr and the Saints.
Down by 10, 1:46 to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
It's complete. Kamara.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Carr.
And the ball is knocked out. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Carr to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now Carr. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Carr's throw there taken in by Smith.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Smith.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Here's Carr.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing his Carr. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
What's up? What's up?
Back to throw, Carr.
The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
Well, it will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
One final try now for Carr. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Lions, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile,